If you are using the Trading 212 app and would like to know more about how to buy and sell, specifically these more advanced options such as limit and stop orders, well, this is the tutorial for you. In this video, I'm going to show you just how to do that and how I personally do that too. If you are not already signed up to Trading 212, however, you can get a free fractional share worth up to £100 just by following the link in the description box down below. Alternatively, if you've already signed up to Trading 212 over the past 10 days but haven't received your free fractional share, all you have to do is to press the 3 horizontal line menu over here. Scroll all the way down until you see the section use promo code, and in this section just enter the code JUBAIR and you should receive a free fractional share. Now, in order to buy stocks and shares at a specific price, what we have to do is to first find a stock that we want to buy. This video isn't financial advice, so I'm going to go into a random company so that I can show you how this works. So I'm going to go for the company Tesco, keep it nice and simple for people in the UK. As you can see, with any company, their share price does fluctuate on a daily basis and also per minute basis. Now, if you want to have more control over exactly what price that your shares are executed onto, then you could actually use these advanced options. However, normally what you'd want to do is, let's say you want to buy some shares of Tesco, all you have to do is to press the big blue button that says buy here. Now, going back to this screen for a second, we can see with Tesco there is a green light next to the ticker code. When the green light is on, it indicates that the market is open, so you can buy shares right now. You will also see in this screen next to the Tesco icon, there is also a green dot indicating that the market is open. So if I wanted Tesco shares right now, under the tab market, as you can see, by default, that's what it is. I can enter the number of shares, for example, if I wanted 12 shares in Tesco, or if I wanted to just spend £50 under value, I can just go in and type that into £50, and then I can press review order. So then what Trading 212 then would try to do is to give you exactly £50 worth of Tesco shares. Bear in mind that there may be other fees, for example, stamp duty. If you're buying a foreign company, European, American, for example, there will also be a foreign exchange fee if you are changing currencies. Now, that's all well and good. However, what if you wanted to buy some shares in Tesco at a specific price? What you may not realize is that if you go through the normal market order like I just shown, you may get a price completely different from the price that you are seeing right now. For example, right now, a share of Tesco will set me back around 448 pence, which is around £4.48. However, once I place the order, I could actually get the shares for a different price. I could get it higher. I can get it higher from what is shown now. And that's how most brokers will operate. They will try to get you a price. Just because this is the current price right now does not mean it will execute at that price. So for example, I can go into limit order here. Now, what this allows me to do is to buy Tesco shares at a price that I'm happy with. Let's say I want to buy 12 shares, but I only want to buy it when it drops below £4.40. I put in 440 pence. As you can see, this is about 8 pence lower than the current price. So I can also add an expiration when I want this limit buy order to expire. There are two options. One is never to expire. However, this will eventually expire. And the other one is end of the day. Let's say you want to get some Tesco shares today. However, tomorrow the price might be completely different and you don't want to risk that. You can press end of the day, and if it hits £4.40, then Trading 212 will try their best in order to give you that price. This is by no means a guarantee for two reasons. One is just because a price is a price on a graph does not mean that you will be given that price. Stockbrokers work really hard behind the scenes to essentially match a buyer with a seller, and there's all sorts of stuff that goes behind that. Now, all I have to do is to press review order, and then I can press send buy order. Do bear in mind that there may be other fees on this order, for example, stamp duty, FX fees, and there could be other fees too. Now, if you're not factoring in these extra fees, you could be paying a different price to what you think you are paying. Now, there are other options to buy at a specific or different price from the market order. However, I would not actually use anything but limit because I'm happy with the limit order. I use this all the time. But there are two more on Trading 212. One is called the stop. Now, let me just briefly explain this to you. Now, with the stop buy order, you can set a price above the current price, and that will change your order into a market order. I'm not sure why the average investor would ever want to use this, because essentially you could be buying cheaper by going for the market order or by limiting at a lower price. However, there may be reasons as to why you want to buy at a higher price, and you could use this. You could also use a stop limit. I usually just use a limit buy order and it works well for me, but the stop limit gives you a bit more flexibility on that. So for example, let's say I wanted to buy 12 shares of Tesco. On the first bit, you put a price above the current price that would convert your order into a limit order. Again, I would never actually use this because why would I want to actually place a limit buy above the current price? But there will be niche use cases where this is useful. And then you can set the maximum price you are willing to pay per share. For example, let's say we want to spend £3 maximum, that's 300 pence. And if you really want to get that range really tight, you can actually put 310 here. For me, the stop limit and the stop order is nothing that I would ever use, but there may be instances where you would want to set a price above the current price. That will change your order into a limit order. Remember, limit orders versus market orders. The limit order will give you a more specific price than the market order. This is also why it allows you to set a maximum price you are willing to pay. I can't stress this enough. This is not something that I would ever use. With a stop limit, you are at the mercy of the market order, and the market order can execute basically at any price within the day range. So the only one here I would use is a limit order to buy shares at a price that I think it might drop down to. Obviously, if you put a price below the market price, it might not ever reach that. So it's up to you to decide whether you want to buy the shares right now at the market or to buy at a later stage if it ever drops. So now I'm going to show you how you can do the same but for selling orders. So you have to actually go into something you already own. For example, I own some shares in the Nasdaq 100 here. So now you can see there are two buttons at the bottom, sell and buy. If you go into a stock or share that you don't already own, obviously the only thing you can do is buy. So like I said, you can actually sell right now in the market. The market is open. As you can see, the green light is on. However, if you are selling at market order, you are at the mercy of price changes and you could be selling it for a lot less than you intend to, especially with higher value orders. So what I would do is I would go into limit if I really wanted to sell but at a specific price. Obviously, you'd want to sell for something higher than the current price. So I'm actually going to put in a limit sell price. I use this all the time. So I want to sell my Nasdaq 100 shares for 46,800 pence. So under here, just be careful that you are putting in a price that is higher than the current market price. Otherwise, you could end up selling for lower than the market price. Again, I can change expiration from never to end of the day. Now what I'm going to do is to press review order and then look at the details, confirm it and press send sell order. So just like that, an order has been placed. So if the Nasdaq 100 shares go up to 46,800 pence, then my shares could be executed. Now, when I go back into my portfolio, if I scroll all the way down, you can see that I do have some pending orders. I have some pending limit buy orders for the S&P 500. I also have a pending sell order for the Nasdaq 100. So if it hits 46,800 pence, then if there are enough shares to be sold, I may be able to sell all of my shares for that price. You can also cancel this pending order whenever you want. As you can see under the ETF or stock, it will say pending order. Very easy to cancel, you can press cancel. So I use multiple different brokers and Trading 212 so far is the best for sell and buy because you can actually cancel your pending orders even after the market is closed. Some brokers do not let you cancel the pending order after the market is closed. So for example, if you see that the S&P 500 has dropped and you want to cancel your pending order, you can't do that at night when the UK markets are closed but the US markets are still open. But with Trading 212, you can cancel this order whenever you want. And I think that is a great pro for Trading 212. Anyway, let's go back into sell. And as you can see, there is a stop sell order on Trading 212. Again, this is nothing that I would ever use, but you can enter a price below the current price that will change your order into a market order. Again, that makes no sense to me. And for stop limit sells, you can set a price below the current price that will convert your order to a limit order. And then you can set the minimum price you are willing to get per share. Again, this is not something I would use, but it's nice to have the options just in case. So make sure to check out some of my other videos and I'll see you in the next video.